Hey Sweat class participants, this video is going to outline very quickly what our nutrition recommendations and our nutrition plan is for you for the next 8 weeks. Something that I've kind of been working on the past month or two is called a 30-30 plan, and it's not any type of official plan, but about 10 employees from the campus last year went to Hy-Vee, and we walked around Hy-Vee with the dietitian. And she was explaining their NuVal system. And you may notice as you walk into Hy-Vee, I don't know if they're still up there, but there are posters on the glass talking about NuVal and what it is. Basically, it's this program that was brought over to the United States, and it is a ranking or scoring system. So you have different food items, let's say bread. So if you have a loaf of bread here and it's on the shelf with 15 other loaves of bread, you may be looking at it and trying to decipher what's the best one to get. Low carbs, lower fat, this one has a little bit of protein, whole grains, wheat, white. There's a lot of different factors that people try to look at and decipher what's the best thing to get. What the NuVal system does, it takes all that stuff into account and it scores it. Sodium, fat content, carbohydrates, sugar, whole grains, stuff like that. The experts have created this system. They input the serving size and all the information, and they give it a score on a scale from 1 to 100. 1 being the lowest, 100 being the highest quality. So a can of greasy Pringles may be a 2, and a can or a bag of no sodium baked tortilla chips may be a 35. It helps the average Joe find which would be a better option to eat. The meat department, center cuts of beef are going to be a lot higher quality and have a higher NuVal score than packaged bologna. Okay, and some people don't know the difference. If you go to Hy-Vee, the fresh shaved deli meat, if you go over by like the Chinese department and the kitchen and the bakery, they have the fresh shaved deli meat. The NuVal score on that is going to be a lot higher than a pre-packaged deli meat that you find over in the dairy section that is packed with sodium and preservatives. The fresher, most generally the fresher and more raw the food, the higher the value. You go into the produce section, broccoli, bananas, stuff like that, very high value. You go into the canned food aisle, which some of the cans have a lot of sodium in them, sodium-filled green beans or canned corn. You're going to have a lot lower number than the fresh, raw option. Cereals are have hidden sugars in them. They may say, oh, 3 servings of whole grains with 30 grams of sugar. They don't tell you and advertise the sugar. So this NuVal score opens your eyes to what that is. One of the methods that they really suggest is trading up. So let's say you're standing there and you're looking at granola bars. And you say, well, what I usually get is a Special K chocolate chip granola bar. And the NuVal score on it is 22. Try to choose a similar option that has a higher score. Trade up in value. So instead of the Special K 22 point, go to a Fiber One 32 point. You don't have to necessarily give up your granola bar. Find the highest ranked score for granola bars and do that. Now when you look at the price tag, not everything in Hy-Vee is labeled with NuVal, but when you look at the price tag, the one that's it'll be like 2 little hexagons next to each other, and it will have the NuVal score in it. One of the biggest eye-openers for me was in the canned vegetable department. You look at canned green beans, I would see one that said 30 and one that said 60. What's the main difference? Low sodium. You go over to sports drinks. Zero sugar ranks that higher than a Gatorade packed with sugar. I mean, you look at what influences it. One of the most awesome things I saw, Greek yogurt. We're looking through the Greek yogurt. It's the newest, best thing, high protein, low fat. all of the Greek yogurts were ranked at like a 35 or 40, and the only one that was at like 99 was the plain, no fat, unflavored Greek yogurt that was disgusting. But everybody hears Greek yogurt is the best thing to ever eat in the world, and they don't really understand that the simple fact of getting strawberry flavored Greek yogurt with the artificial sweeteners and the sugar drives that score way down. So what we've kind of proposed for the first half of your summer boot camp is a 30-30 program. For 30 days, trying to purchase and eat nothing with a score lower than 30. You go down the cereal aisle, the chip aisle, it's going to be pretty devastating for you. The cracker aisle, I would say maybe 3 or 4 options have a score higher than 30. But you will learn a lot about it, and you may learn, hey, I don't have to have cheese on my Subway sandwich, or I don't have to have a ton of sugar in my cereal. So there will be more information to come. There will be somewhat of a cheat sheet, things that are ranked under 30, but you can still use, like mustard, different types of seasonings. But stay tuned. I will have another video out soon. 30-30 challenge, 30-30 program. 30 days of eating food that is ranked above a 30. If you are able to eliminate all the foods you eat that are ranked under 30, you will drastically improve your eating habits. So more official information will be coming out within the next week. I will give you email out packets talking about this, but I want to get this sent out for everybody. So you're here, you've had the hard work put in, you're starting your workouts outside in the heat, getting the exercise aspect. Now it's time to kind of look at the nutrition aspect, which will make the biggest difference in your fat loss. So stay tuned, and hopefully this is something that you will try.